Hi, I'm Christina. Welcome to CC's Healing Crystals. I started making bracelets, I don't know what it was, 2020, March of 2020, just for myself to calm down. I kind of was introduced to the crystal world back in 2019 because of my severe anxiety, depression, all kinds of lack of self-love, that's a whole other story. Anyhow, I've been doing it ever since. I absolutely love it. Thank you to all my amazing customers. Thank you so much for all your support. When I do pop-up shows, the biggest thing that I hear from most people, what's going on? I have anxiety. I have stress. I have, that's the number one thing, and it comes from young children to all ages, right up to people in their 80s and 90s. Anxiety. Okay, I understand anxiety 100%. I'm an expert of anxiety, not because of all the books that I've read, which I have read a lot of books, I have watched so many videos. I am an expert on anxiety because I felt it in my body. There was a point in time I had so much anxiety that I could barely function. I could barely move. I could not eat. I could not sleep. I had to listen to this meditation probably 10 times a day just to calm myself down, just to be able to eat, just to be able to try to get some sleep. So I get it. I understand what it feels like to have anxiety, and it is the worst thing. You are stuck. You don't know what to do. You've tried, I went to a therapist. That didn't really help me. Went to my doctor. They wanted to give you some pills, which not saying that you shouldn't use any pills. Sometimes you need that to calm your body down, because if you've had anxiety for a long time, you can't calm your body down from your mind. You may need a little help, and that's fine. I'm not saying, what I'm talking about is not necessarily, you can free yourself from anxiety, and you can get to a point where you don't need any medication. But when I was going to the doctor, I just felt it was a cover up for that. Like, I wanted to get to the root of the issue. Why was I feeling like this? What was going on? What was going on in my body? Like, what was happening? I was in a situation where I was safe. Everything was okay, really, kind of, whatever. That's a whole other story. But I was safe. So why was my body reacting? But so I began to learn, I began to read, I began to watch videos, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Louise Hay, on and on and on and on and on, about energy, and what is energy, and what is anxiety, and why do I feel this in my body, and what is creating it, and how can I stop it. So that's what I've been doing since, like, um, 2019. I've been nonstop searching for myself to figure out, there's got to be a way. There has to be a way. I don't want to be drugged up and living like a zombie for the rest of my life. I knew that was not the answer. So I started on this journey, and it's been an amazing journey. And I can honestly say that today, there is no anxiety. There is no, I don't have that. It's gone. And it's not gone because of medication. It's gone because I learned what was creating it, and I found a way out of it. And so what I've done is I've made a small, I don't know if you call it a course, not really even a course, because it's like, it's points, okay? It's of all the studying that I did, there was some things that worked, some things that didn't work. But I've made we'll call it a workshop, okay? Of the points that worked for me. And there's so many different points on here. Maybe some of them will work for you, maybe some of them won't. But my hope with this, the reason I sat down and I wrote this from my heart, because I know how it feels. I know it, it sucks. It sucks to feel that anxiety. It is awful. You are stuck. You're stuck. You can't. You want to change. You want to change your life, but you can't, because there was times where I didn't even want to leave the house. I just felt so broken. I felt so ashamed of myself for what it, for how I was feeling, and I didn't want to leave the house, and many times I didn't, maybe once a week, just to get some groceries. And I mean, that's not living. That's not living, and I think when we had COVID, people who already had a little bit of anxiety to begin with within them, you throw that COVID on the top and it just, it brings it up. So what I've done is I've come up with a simple way to start. Okay, you may read this and there's maybe something on there that immediately can take your anxiety away. That's amazing. I hope you do have that. It took me a long time to work my way through it. I would love for you to find something on this course that just allows you to walk away, which is 100% possible. Okay, for some of us, it may take a little bit of steps, but what you're going to find if you follow these steps in this workshop that I've done, if you follow the steps day to day, day to day, day to day, day to day, you may have some days where you fall back. That's okay, but just keep at it. If you keep at it, I promise you, if I can learn, my stubborn ass, that if I can learn this, you can learn. Anybody can learn this. And this is why I wrote this. And this is why I want to share it. I want to share it because it is absolutely awful to live with anxiety. It's horrible. You're stuck. You're stuck. Your body is just shaking. It's crazy. And you don't have to live that way. You don't have to. You don't have to get all drugged up and be a zombie, like Zombie Woman. Like in my 40s, I did go to the doctor at one point because I didn't realize it was anxiety, but it was back in the day then. And so I was on this medication for that, and I was just walking around like I couldn't remember shit. I had a business, I couldn't remember numbers, and that was, I was like, okay, I can't do this because I couldn't function. Like I wanted to live my life, but I wanted to live it without that fear. And over the last 5 years, there's been so many things that have happened to me that, and I'm not saying this for any pity or whatever. They were actually the best possible things that could happen because I learned to face my fear. And when I faced my fear, I realized there's nothing to be afraid about. There's nothing to be afraid of. To get over anxiety is simple. It is so freaking simple, and you will see that. You will see that too. When I look at it now, I'm like, oh my God, it's easy. Okay, but going back to where the point that I was before, it didn't seem easy. It's actually very easy. Okay, that's what this is all about. It's to get you moving in the direction to learn how to manage it, and then the more that you're able to, what's the word? Not control, but the way that you're able to understand and listen to your body, you're going to be able to move away from the anxiety. Anxiety will be a thing of the past, just like it is for me. And you can go on and live your life and do all the things that you want to do. So I've talked enough here. What this is about, it's to get this, to order this, what I'm talking about. Here it is right here. Nothing fancy, okay? Don't expect any fancy thing. I'm like a math person. I'm not like a writing person. But it's amazing information, and this is hundreds and hundreds of hours of reading, of listening to, of all kinds of different not just one particular topic, all in this here. It's very short, it's simple, it's easy to understand, and it will help. It's available on my Etsy shop, Anxiety Relief Program. It's $20 Canadian. That's it. You download it. That's it. And I promise you, if you start, just start. Pick one thing on there. Pick one thing and do it for a week. Okay? When you begin to see results, then add something else. And you just got to get that momentum going, which you will. Okay, I know you will. You deserve to have an amazing life. You deserve to live the life that you want to live. You deserve to live whatever you want to do. You can have, do, be whatever you want. That's our birthright. You know, your life is not confined to your house or whatever. It doesn't, you know, whatever your anxiety is. Like I've had a little bit of anxiety to full blown can't leave the house anxiety, going to the hospital because I thought something was going on. Okay, so I get it. I get it 100%. That's why I wrote this, because I want to help. Okay, and I know it will help. So if you have any questions, you can also send me a message on my Etsy shop if you have any questions about it. But for $20, I'm telling you, it's amazing information, and you owe it to yourself. Get started today. Thanks. Have a wonderful day. Peace.